The new episode shed light on many intriguing details, which we'll analyze bit by bit. But today, our main focus is Jax. Contrary to expectations after the third episode, his behavior hasn't worsened. On the contrary, it seems like he's slipping into mild depression. And no, it's not just the exhaustion from a hard day's work. It all started in the very first scene of episode 4.
Wasting your time, Raggy.
Just wait a second.
Like this?
Yeah, you got it. Jax!
I actually didn't mean to do that.
Are you all right, Gangle?
Oh.
Why do you always gotta do this?
What? I just said it was an accident.
Unbelievable! You are
Hey,
unbelievable!
Gangle, I think I found something you might like.
Oh, right, of course. What was I thinking?
For the first time, we see Jax genuinely trying not to harm Gangle. This was surprising, especially considering the previous episodes and the countless situations where he seemed to relish teasing others. The old Jax would have just laughed it off and said something like, "You're not mad, are you?" Not that I care. But from the very first seconds of this episode, it becomes evident that Jax is beginning to change for the better. While it's still unclear where this new attitude will lead him, the next scene reminds us of his old self.
What the heck is this? You're just giving away parts now?
So what if I am? I'm not giving any to you.
Darn. Guess you're never getting that unicorn horn, Pomni.
Despite his attempts to stay calm, even after the apparent humility he displayed in episode 3, Jax occasionally lets himself slip into sarcasm and verbal jabs.
How about an adventure where Zooble gets turned into a piñata and we all take turns beating them up?
That one's mine.
Who would have guessed?
Let's just have an adventure where Jax can't talk through the entire...
These words reflect his signature communication style. It's part of who he is and a way for him to keep the spark alive within. But take a closer look at how abruptly his demeanor changes when Kane announces that Gangle will be the shift supervisor. At that moment, it seems to hit him that all his pranks and teasing might come back to haunt him.
Which door should we choose?
Not sure. Let's try this out.
Now we arrive at the most epic and shocking part, Spudsy's adventure itself. From Jax's very first scene, it's clear that his usual confidence is faltering. It feels like something significant is about to happen to him.
Oh, no. We can't have anything like that going on around here.
What are you gonna do about it, though?
I'm calling upper management.
Hello?
Hey, Kane. We're having a bit of an issue with the employees, and I was wondering if you could maybe have a punishment waiting for them at the end of the day if they do a terrible job.
Wait, what?
Motivation! That's what my adventures have been missing! Great idea, Gangle! I'll be sure to make something truly awful awaiting your rotten employees!
Why would you do this?
It's called a manic episode, and you're getting 3 more seasons! Anyway, Jax, it's your job to set up the drink station, make new coffee and iced tea, and fill the ice cream machine, so get to it!
These lines set the tone for the episode's direction. Jax is assigned simple tasks: setting up the drink station, brewing coffee, and refilling the ice cream machine. Although it starts off relatively mundane for him, what happens next completely unravels Jax. Gangle announces his list of responsibilities, and it becomes clear to everyone, including Jax, that this episode will act as a form of revenge, something Gangle practically admits outright.
Oh, I hate this guy.
Never say you hate the customer while the customer is still here. Oh, we wait until after hours for that?
At this moment, Jax's expression speaks volumes. He looks not just unhappy, but visibly distressed, as if realizing he's trapped in a nightmare. This episode showcases how external pressures are chipping away at Jax's usual bravado. His true emotions begin to surface, and he can no longer hide behind the mask of the cool guy.
So you're just, like, actually doing the job.
Yeah, I don't want Kane to punish me.
Kane's not gonna do anything malicious. It's not in his nature.
You really want to find out? The only thing holding Kane back is the fact that he likes us. I wouldn't push it.
That's rich.
This dialogue highlights how much Jax has changed. He even tries to convince Zooble to ditch work, revealing his internal confusion. This realization pushes him closer to the edge of sanity. It feels like the reality around him is unraveling, pulling him down with it.
The bathroom looks like a biohazard and needs a good scrubbing.
Well, I don't know. Shouldn't, like, Biohazard crew take care of that?
Oh, Jaxie boy, don't you want to be a model employee?
No, I don't care about any of this.
Well, that doesn't really sound like a can-do attitude to me.
It's not.
Bad.
I like you better when you're sad.
Jax's words feel like a cry for help. He can no longer keep up the facade. His struggles are now clear for everyone to see. When Gangle lays out the rules and mentions unattainable dreams, Jax's expression shifts. For the first time, he looks genuinely scared, unsure of what Gangle might do with her newfound authority. His fear of her reaches its peak. It's as if Jax realizes that things will only get worse, and unfortunately for him, he's completely right. If we compare how his anger manifested in the past with how it appears now, it becomes evident that his mental state is deteriorating. Jax can no longer control his emotions, and watching him unravel is truly heartbreaking. The final scene with Jax shows just how much he's changed.
Can you move?
Yo, Jax. I, hate you, but I don't want you to hate me. Is that weird?
You're drunk or something.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
These lines underline how broken Jax has become. Even Pomni seems shocked by his behavior.
All right, I'm clocking out. This wasn't fun at all. See you all later.
This goodbye feels almost like a plea for rescue. It demonstrates how deeply he's spiraling into depression. Jax, who was once the most energetic and self-assured character in the digital circus, is now struggling to find his place. His story arc makes it clear that the consequences of his actions in this adventure will stay with him for a long time. Even though his depression hasn't fully surfaced in this episode, its foundation has been laid. One particularly poignant moment was his conversation with Gangle. This scene highlights how far removed he is from his former self, but whether Jax can escape this downward spiral remains uncertain. In the future, he may face even greater challenges as his coping mechanisms seem to be failing, leaving him increasingly vulnerable. The question arises, will Jax find the strength within himself to rebuild his confidence, or will his struggles push him to a breaking point? Perhaps his journey could lead to an unexpected alliance with another character who understands his pain, like Gangle or Pomni, offering him a path to redemption. On the other hand, there's also a risk that his inability to process his emotions could cause lasting damage, alienating him further from the group. This internal battle, combined with the external pressures of the circus, could define Jax's arc in profound and unexpected ways. If the digital circus represents a distorted reflection of its characters' inner worlds, Jax's current state may mirror a deep-seated fear of losing control, a theme that could be explored more deeply in future episodes. Subscribe to the channel and leave a comment on what you think about this theory.